Here's another video. This time it's for Packard bell, all in one, made by Acer. It's a oneTwo S3270. Now there's quite a range of models for that. This precise one is the oneTwo XX U85 square bracket U86 comma U8A square bracket. So that's quite memorable. That will be in the information below, so you can copy and paste that. You put your serial number in and then that's what it gets. This one's got a bit of an issue anyway. While I was trying to repair it, I looked online for videos that showed how to take them apart, and there weren't any, so I thought I'd make one. Anyway, let's power this one up and see what it does. So the power goes in, and straight away you can see it sort of turns on, boots, turns itself off, basically resets itself. This one's already had the hard drive removed, as we'll see, so there's very much an issue going on with it. It's not an issue with the hard drive, it's not an issue with the RAM. Take the RAM out, it beeps. There's an issue somewhere. This was actually manufactured on the 5th of the 12th 2013, so it's a couple of years old at the time of recording. It should still be working. So there's obviously a bit of a dodgy design going on with it. But anyway, the issue here is that if you've got a problem with it, or you want to upgrade the one you've got, because you can put an SSD in it, or upgrade the RAM, or do whatever you want with it really, you need to be able to get inside it. So this is how you do it. That's it powered down. We'll flip it over onto its back, so you can see there. Here it is. Now, at first sight, there's no apparent screws, except there's a screw there, and there's a screw there behind these little rubber things. They're basically the feet that it sits on. Stop it sliding around if it's on a desk. So you flip those open, and you take a screwdriver, and you remove the two screws that are in there. So we'll just take those out. Put them to one side so we don't lose them. That takes care of that. Now at this point, I'm going to have that ready. There might be some swearing. I will try not to swear, but this is a notoriously annoying thing to get apart. What we have to do is find our way in there to pop it open, because there aren't any other screws, but there are poppers. So what I'm going to do is, when I get my knife, open it up and just see if we can pop them out like that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this a good idea? So they go sticking knives in. You haven't really got a lot of choice. There are only two screws holding it, and those screws are easily removed, but the rest of the cover is all attached by plastic clips, and the only way to get those out, unfortunately, is brute force and ignorance. So we have to get ourselves into a position where we can pop these things out. It's not that easy, because they really are very, very well attached. So we're going to have to do a bit of wiggling and squirming and all sorts of things to get this open. Kind of comes off once you've managed to get it started. what you've got to watch out for is that you don't put it back down again, which will obviously reseal the ones that you've just opened, because they are plastic catches and not screws. These are a bit of a really small there. Just not going to come off. I don't want this to put you off taking yours apart to fix it, or to put an SSD in. I don't think this one came with an SSD. In fact, I know it didn't. They're fairly substantial clips. I mean, it's not. I've dealt with all-in-ones before, so I've got another video of an all-in-one. And it wasn't as difficult as this. But there it is, it just pops straight off. I'll just lay that down flat and I'll have a look. So there are two screws, as mentioned, beneath the rubber grommets, which are there to stop it sliding around. Apart from that, there are no other screws. Everything else is a plastic clip. That one I've just sort of snapped a little bit. These are all plastic clips, and they're all compression clips. So when they're manufacturing it, they can just push it back on. Starts it off. Hard drive goes there. I've taken my drive out because this one's going for scrap. There's fixing screws a bit, so it takes to keep it tidy. This one doesn't boot up at all, whether you've got anything connected or not. Underneath this panel here, which is accessed by removing a couple of screws. There's one screw there, I think that one does it, and there's one screw there. That's got an earthing thing on it, so two screws there, that lifts off, and there's the actual motherboard. In fact, while we're here, why don't we just do that, just for completeness. So if you are looking to upgrade the RAM, you can see how you do it. So I just unscrew the two screws like that. Have a quick scout around, there aren't any other ones. Let's just see if it comes off. It does, it's all on a hinge. See those little metal bits there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 metal sticky outy lug bits. They sort of slot in, put it in like that, and it folds down. So it's like a little lid. That's what only needs two screws to hold it. Quite an ingenious design. There's the slot for the Kensington. And there's the RAM. It's surface mount, and everything's sort of all on one motherboard. I'm not going to stop even the dog's barking. There's a release catch there for the screen. And there's the main battery. As I say, this one doesn't boot. It just sort of resets itself continuously. That's probably got something to do with some issue, because this motherboard's very, very flexible. But there's the RAM. It just releases standard sort of clips like that, and that comes straight out. Nice big fan there, in case you want to replace that. As mentioned before, hard drive goes in there, relatively simple. I think it was a low height one, thin height one. I think they're 7mm, aren't they? I think you can put a 9mm one in. So it's a sort of a universal socket, so I'm going to worry about the thickness of the hard drive or anything like that. And because it bolts in sort of bottom ways, you haven't got to worry about, you know, it slotting in and sliding and rattling around. So it's all very, you know, all very straightforward. So once you overcome the issue with removing the two screws and then popping every single plastic clip around, at risk of cutting your fingers and everything else, once you've got the lid off, it's actually fairly straightforward to sort out. These two things here are the speakers, in case you're wondering. So this one's going to go for scrap because it's got a fault with it. If yours has the same fault, then I don't think it's economical to repair it. But you know, if I'm wrong, which I sometimes am, it's not unknown. If I'm wrong, then put that in the comments, because I'd be quite keen to see if anyone has managed to fix that problem. But But hopefully if you were looking for a video about how to take yours apart and you weren't sure how to do it and you're a bit scared, hopefully this video has sort of put your mind at rest that it can be done. You've just got to be a little bit more aggressive with it than perhaps you thought you were going to have to be. So I hope this helped. Thanks for watching.